Strange, yet true stories, tales from the light side, the dark side, and the other side. I'm Steve White. When he emerged from the cave, he hadn't aged an hour. A Wrinkle in Time, a wonderful young adult science fiction novel by Madeleine L'Engle written in 1962, talks about how the characters in that story traveled through time with the aid of the Tesseract. Albert Einstein, when explaining his theory of relativity, talked about a person in a vessel moving at the speed of light for one day would age one day, while those outside the vessel moving at normal speed or much, much slower would have aged for a number of years over their relative time period, but both would perceive the time as being the same. This phenomenon is called dilation. So, in this interesting story, a man recounts a tale told him by his grandfather. A time portal? A wrinkle in time? Or somebody's imagination projecting what they want to see and hear? So my grandpa told me this story. He's not a man to make stuff up or exaggerate anything. He's just not that type of person. He's from Mexico, and this happened when he was in his 20s. He said he was tending to the cattle in the fields by some hills with his brother. Other guys were around that area too, doing the same thing. They would all eat their lunch under the shade. One of the guys had a little goat that would roam away, so he had to go get it before it went too far. The man went up a small hill, and there was a small cave. The goat had gone inside there, and the guy followed. But he never came back. My grandpa and the other men went to look for him that day. They called the police, but the guy had completely disappeared. There wasn't a hole on the other side. There wasn't a lake or anything else where he could escape out of, and it made no sense. But fast forward now 1 year later. My grandpa was again tending to the fields when two guys start yelling that they had found the guy. Everyone ran to see, and it actually was the guy, alive. The same exact clothes, hair, shoes, same everything. And he hadn't aged a bit. His clothes were not tattered or worn or even dirty. And the same exact baby goat had not grown at all. He said he went in the small cave and he found his goat, and there was a man inside. And he had a conversation with this man. And this man knew his whole life story. Now, this was a small community, but no one knew who this guy was talking about. When people expressed to him that he had been in the cave for so long, he said, "No, that's not the case. I've only been in the cave for, an hour?" No one could believe it. Literally, a whole year had passed, but the guy just thought he was in the cave for an hour. I didn't believe my grandpa at first, but when I went to Mexico, I talked to my aunts and cousins, and they said it was true. They even showed me the small hill and cave, but no one dares to go anymore. The guy who was lost in the cave was traumatized and plagued by nightmares for the rest of his life. This has been another strange but true story. Do you have a story of a strange happening that you can't quite explain logically? Then share it with us at strangebutTrueStories@gmail.com. Leave us a comment and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks to those who have. I'm Steve White. Until next time.